What's up everyone, it's the Nerdy Filmmaker. It's been a while. I'm here and really excited to announce the release of my very first fan film, Tales of Melee Island. The project is a love letter to the 90s point-and-click game Monkey Island by Ron Gilbert. So if you grew up playing that game, you're definitely gonna love this short film. If you didn't, you probably won't get any of the jokes in it, but give it a look anyway. But I'm here to share a little bit of the backstory of the making of the project. So the film was written by Fred Nguyen, an actor and martial artist here in Montreal, and a writer. He's actually written a bunch of his own films that you can check out on his channel. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. But we decided it's finally time to work together on something, and I was really happy when he brought this project to me to lead. So Fred wrote and starred in the project, and I directed and produced it. Now, while the making of this film had some sizable trials and tribulations, we were really fortunate to be surrounded by such a talented cast and crew. Other than Fred, the cast includes some veterans in the industry, including Simon Peacock, who's not only an actor, but also a voice director for a number of games produced here in Montreal, including the Assassin's Creed franchise, Gotham Knights most recently. Then there's Sean Baitu, who I've worked with before in the past. You might know him as Wrench from Watch Dogs 2. I also got a chance to work again with an old friend of mine, Jesse Sherman, who you might recognize from my web series LARPs. But then finally, what I'm always excited about working on projects like this is working with and meeting new talent. So I got a chance to work with Lucas Chartier, who is a beast and a fantastic actor. But then finally there is Tiernan Cornford, who is an actor that I had never actually even met before. What a pleasure to finally get to meet her. I'd heard so much about her here in Montreal. I even got the opportunity to bring some fresh graduates out of a theater school from here in Montreal. We had them on set, brought them on to some of our background performers, and I think they had a good time and hopefully learned a thing or two about the filmmaking process. It was such a blast to work with the whole cast. They kept the set extremely entertaining. We also had a fantastic crew, but that actually leads to the first difficulty that we encountered during this project, because while we had a very small crew planned for this, the shoot was actually divided up into 2 days. The first day was shot at a bar here in Montreal called Brass Door. Within 36 hours of the first shooting day, 3 of my 6 crew members got sick. And so fortunately, I suppose, they were literally the only roles on set that I knew how to either take over or that we could find a replacement for. Which means that during the first day of shooting, not only was I directing, I was the director of photography and I was doing the lighting. Luckily, Fred had also stepped in to help with the art, because unfortunately our art director was also one of the people who got sick. So we picked up all the costumes and props from her the night before, and then with her instructions took care of everything on set. So that was something special. Unfortunately, we don't have behind the scenes video on set, which is something that I really wanted, because I wanted to be able to share with all of you here on this channel. And that's not only because our original behind the scenes person was also one of the people who got sick, but with the reduced crew size, all of a sudden we really had no time to spare, and we were just steaming along. Now, technology-wise, this was actually a very simple project. We wanted to keep it small, especially because we knew that we were gonna have already a small crew size, even though we didn't expect to have our crew size cut in half. So we kept things very simple and light. We shot the whole project on the Sony a7S III, which is the very mirrorless camera you are watching right now. As for the lighting, I used lights that I've actually reviewed on this channel before. All the lighting was done with the newer 660 RGB Pro lights and the Nanlite Pavo tubes. If you're curious about those lights, you can check them out as well in the descriptions. I'll leave the reviews to each one. They're super budget friendly, and depending on what day it is, I mean, right now it's Black Friday deals, so you could probably get them at a pretty good price. So links all in the description. Check out the reviews. We also did get to use our gimbal in one of the shots. That's the Ronin S2. I forget what it's called, but that helped with one long shot that we did during the fight scene. We really wanted to keep the playfulness of the original game in this project. We took some of the original music from the game and redid it, remastered it. All of it is an ode to the original Monkey Island, which is such a fabulous game, really funny. And I think Fred, as the writer, really hit on that original comedy, and it was such an honor and a pleasure to be working with him on this. You can find this project on my new YouTube channel, Hit Point Films. On this channel, I'm gonna be trying to release a few fan films a year, and the next one is already in the works. So stay tuned, subscribe to that channel, subscribe to this channel if you want to check out any of the behind the scenes stuff that I'll do in the future. And I'm gonna be really trying to get back into this video creation world. It's been a busy year, but it has taken me away from creating these videos, and I really like doing these for you. I enjoy it tremendously. If you have any questions about the project, about any of our future plans, if maybe you want a video specifically on the lighting setup, let me know in the comments, and I'll answer them and I'll get back to you. Check out the film. I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, this is a nerdy filmmaker saying sayonara.